I'm ArjunSimha. I'm a third year mechanical engineering student contesting for the position of General Secretary Academic Affairs UG. I've been a part of the Undergraduate Academic Council for 2 years as a convener of the Finance Club and the manager of the Finance Club. I'm also a department academic mentor in the Mechanical Engineering department.
Motivation.
My main motivation for contesting for this position is that as a part of UGAC for the past 2 years, I've seen the wide impact and the depth of the impact that our initiatives have on the students and also how impactful academic policies can be. It is my motivation that I can carry out my initiatives that I have planned to expand the scope of this impact and help more students and more people in IIT Bombay and the UG community. My main vision for the tenure is to tackle very deep and large-scale problems in a practical manner. I want to give a couple of my initiatives as examples. Let's talk about the career building program. One major problem that people face is there is no clarity on how to go about building a career profile or how to choose a career. I want to tackle this problem with my career building profile. The next problem I want to tackle is a lack of academic support frameworks for students who face issues that the rest of us or 70 to 80% of other students cannot sympathize with. And I have a couple of initiatives for this as well. The support frameworks being extending fee payment deadlines and carrying out a course buddy program for helping students perform better in re-examinations. Another huge problem that I want to tackle and that I've seen plaguing our UG community is a lack of incentive to research. And I want to tackle that by introducing a research R&D project course in C-Minds and also through my IIT Bombay Undergraduate Research Journal to further incentivize people for research and increase the scope and reach that UG research at IIT Bombay has.
Questions?
Okay, the first question is about the course buddy program. What incentive do the students have to run these courses?
Right. So I've spoken to the concerned authorities, and they're willing to financially incentivize students to take these courses. And even if not financially incentivized, the student community at IIT Bombay is usually quite helpful. And since I plan this to be an online course, I already have the idea of financially incentivizing students. But if not, through maybe a resume point or other goodies that we can give them, I still plan to push this forward.
Okay, and how much in advance will the students be selected before the grade?
Right. I would want to select them about 2 weeks before the grades come out.
How will you select them 2 weeks before the grades come out? What criteria are you using?
Right. So SSS, that is the Student Support Services, carries out TSCs for various courses. So they usually have quite a good idea about the students who are TAing for these courses and how well they are able to effectively teach the content. And when it might come to second and third year courses, the DAMP teams have a very good idea of which students are good at effectively conveying content. So I would also speak to them, take their inputs, and then make a final decision on which students to select to teach these courses under the course buddy program.
So for the undergraduate research journal, how are you going to promote this journal within industries?
Right. So our alumni network is very wide. One way that I have thought about promoting it is through Dean R&D and Dean R&D to various industries, as he is quite on board with this idea. Apart from that, we have the department research coordinators under UGAC who have good standing with the industries. We promote this research through them as well, and I would love to collaborate with the various department bodies who are well versed in dealing with industries and have contacts there.
Okay, who is going to curate it and how often is it going to be published?
It will be published once in the semester. The curation, so when it comes to curation, it will be multi-stage. First, the student along with their guide has to submit an application. Then the paper or the abstract, depending on which you submit, has to be reviewed by another professor. And then finally, the DRCs or UGAC will be curating it into the form of a journal.
Okay.
Okay, so the third question is about the summer courses. So what incentive do the professors have to run these courses in summer when entire courses already exist for very less number of students?
Right. So there are some departments who do not have the provision to give students NPTEL courses, right? And the incentive is that many times professors are paid to take these courses, but due to institute rules, if there are less than 5 students, they do not run it. And therefore, I plan to push to ensure that these courses are run even if there are less than 5 students, as no equivalence exists in the new curricula.
Similarly, what incentives are you providing the profs?
So as I had mentioned, this would not, I as a student will not be providing any incentive. I will be talking to the Dean AP. I'll be trying to pass this either in the UGPC or take special permission from him, and then I will ask him to convey this to the professors. And the usual incentive for summer courses is that they are financially compensated for taking these courses.
Okay, so for LHC Central, as you mentioned that students will create videos. Again, how would you make sure that students create good quality videos, and why would they prefer doing this?
Right. So the students creating good quality videos, it would mainly depend on the quality of students, how good the student is at the course. And as I previously mentioned, as we would go about for the course buddy program, we'd also have SSS, ask and reach out to certain students to help us make these videos. The incentive usually is that, as TAs take up TSCs without any sort of external incentive, since these are short videos for about 5 to 10 minutes, request and recognition within the student community is something we're hoping that would drive them to make it, as there's not much effort required from a singular student to make these videos.
Do you think a short video would help clear doubts though? Because TSCs are usually conducted for a very long duration and it's an interactive thing. So how do you think this will solve?
Right. In fact, I came up with this initiative because of some shortcomings that students have told me about in TSCs. Oftentimes in TSCs, students are surrounded by many more students. There's a lot of attendance and they're not able to get their doubts across, and they're sometimes not able to pay attention. But many a times when you're studying one day before the exam and you come across a certain concept that you're unable to understand, a short video like this would be much more helpful than sitting through the entire TSC session just for one concept to be clear.
About the academic policy newsletter, who will be involved in writing this newsletter and at what frequency will it be published?
Right. The frequency will be every time the Senate convenes and has approved some decisions. This will be mainly written by UGAC itself, but we will get it vetted by the media body of the institute in case they feel that something should not be put out to students or something can be put out in a better manner.
Your accountability measures.
Right. So I feel that accountability is very important as a student representative, and in fact the prevailing thought in the institute is that student representatives and GSECs have not taken enough accountability, and I definitely believe that should be changed. In fact, I will push for it by trying to curate our reports, our midterm and end-term reports earlier than they usually are, and try to include a section for ongoing work and increase the detail there. Therefore, accountability comes through detail, and when we detail what work has been done and is going on at a granular level, it makes it very easy for the institute to realize what's going on, and if they have any qualms, they can bring it up.
Closing statement.
Right. So, as my closing statement, I would like to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed the process of doing my groundworks and curating a manifesto. My aim through my manifesto is to tackle issues that the common students face and try to help each and every student persona in IIT Bombay without leaving anyone out of the circle of help. And I wish to carry out my vision through these initiatives. And yes, that I would love to. Yeah, that's it.